Once in a generation, a book will come along that redefines literature. Today, I'm confident in saying, putting my full weight and reputation as the greatest book reviewer on the planet behind the statement that Breach of Peace is that book for this generation. Breach of Peace. Breach of Peace seduces the reader with complex characters, interesting, mysterious plots, and an industrial fantasy world. Breach of Peace. If you had a choice between $5 million and reading Breach of Peace, I think we all know what the correct option would be. Breach of Peace. No. Breach of Peace is terrible. Don't let anyone else tell you anything otherwise. This book is hot garbage. Let's exactly get into why. First of all, the author, Daniel Greene, doesn't even really have a cat. Pips, CGI recreation. Look, do you see a cat? No. Checkmate. Terrible. Also, Breach of Peace? Really? You made it to the shortened version of your book would be Bop? Come on, like, really just let me simplify it for you as much as I possibly can. Breach of Peace equals bad. Let's get into the story here. It's a 140-page novella, which, by the way, super short. Already expensive? It's $10 whole. Yes, print on demand's a little bit more expensive and you're only making a couple bucks each book still, but it's an expensive novella. Come on! And then followed up by the fact, 140 pages, he spent 70 of them explaining why a collaboration between Stephen King and Brandon Sanderson would be great. That's not even a book! That's you asking for a book! Do you not know the difference, Daniel? God! And then the main protagonist's name. Hlid? Really? That's like a sound. It's not even a name. Hlid. No. Bad.
And then finally, we have all the fantasy minimalists. You promised us 2 magic systems, and only one of them makes a brief appearance. That's not fantasy, it's fantasy minimal.
My piece was not breach, sir. This is a piece of breach. A breach of the peach. It's not a book. It's a novella, and as a debut, it's pathetic. Hello, I'm John Jonerson. Today, I'm sitting down with the author of the new fantasy novella, Breach of Peace. How are you doing today? Alright, so obviously I can't objectively review my own book. That's not possible. It still doesn't even feel like mine in some ways, and I guess the clearest view I've gotten it is listening to Michael Kramer and Kate Redding read it. Mainly because I can't actually associate the words coming out of their mouth with my story, because it doesn't make sense that those gods of narration would narrate my story. But overall, I'm very happy so far with the reception. It's been mixed, and some people have had real criticisms, and I'm looking into that. This was supposed to be kind of a practice run for me, and I wanted my audience to be able to follow along, because I know a lot of you guys want to publish your own books eventually. So being able to now put out videos that are like, hey, here's how the publication process went for me, here's how I'm looking at reviews, here's the criticism I'm taking back. That's all something I kind of wanted to do, one, for me, obviously, it's a commercial endeavor, but also kind of lay a blueprint down for people in my audience who wanted to see what this would be like. And that's why I've even had like marketing videos with Evan Winter, because that's the side of it I can't speak on. So I can't review Breach of Peace, but I can say so far it's been an extremely rewarding process. The good, the bad, all of it, the stress, the anxiety, the immense pleasure I'm getting from seeing people's experience reading it. So thank you to the booktubers who have reviewed it, the people who had, criticisms of my approach to this whole process, the people who want to see more from me and those who don't even. It's been the most educational few months of my life by a lot. Seriously, it's changed how I view how the world works, publishing works, writing works. It's kind of insane. F you college. Not really f you college. I go to college, it's important. But at the same time, God, this is a whole side of the world I didn't know, and the business angles. I'm actually getting a lot of business education too. It's crazy. Anyway, yeah, back to the review. I think I did okay. I wouldn't say it's the greatest fantasy book of the year or the greatest fantasy novella of the year, but I'm extremely proud of what I did, and I hope people at least don't begrudge me the effort. Book 2 is nearly done, and Book 3 will soon be out after that. I kind of want to finish both of them before I put them out, but I hope this video gave you a laugh or two. Have a good one, y'all. Peace. And of course, I'd like to record a special shout out to my latest high-tier Patreon, Robert R.